Some different news to report to you guys this month. A lot of you guys that have been paying attention and reading our newsletters and whatnot have recently heard that we actually had to lay to rest two of our members this last month. Both Joanne Ecker, known as Gaiscioch, and Steve Sarko, known as Zerdot, passed away in the last month. So that was kind of some tragic news, and not quite what I expected when I signed up to be a guild leader. But I definitely wanted to kind of share the news with you guys. A lot of you guys were touched by them, that you knew them. Gaiscioch joined us on August 6th, 2011. And since then, she played Rift, Guild Wars 2, and Arcade. Many of you guys know her from the crifting days, and she was also what I like to call the defender of coffee. Anyone touches her coffee, they're going to lose an arm. That's kind of the inside running gag with Gaiscioch. She earned 223 tokens of valor in 83 events. She led the family to 1,976 victories in her time with us, and she was inducted into the eldership on February 4th, 2012. Steve Sarko joined us in September 11th, 2012. He played Rift and Guild Wars 2 with us. He participated in the Extra Life events in both 2012 and 2013. He participated in over 912 victories. And he was the father of Dorio, and one of his most noticeable characteristics was his kindness. I mean, the man led with kindness. He would go out of his way to do things. Getting him to claim participation was like pulling teeth, because he was like, I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for everyone else. So he was a really kind guy, and you know, it's a huge loss that we've lost both of these people. So I do kind of want to open up the floor for a few minutes here and let people kind of give their little stories about either one of these people. If you have anything that you would like to say, I ask that you please just put a little X in Gamebox, and then I'll call on you. That will help us be a little more organized and everyone blurting out at the same time. If you want to just say, if you like a little memory about a time that you shared with Gaiscioch or with Steve, that would be great. I can tell you, I actually built a entire level inside of Neverwinter that is still accessible today. That one of the missions there, you actually have to go and you basically see this werewolf running through the forest, and you got to go basically investigate this werewolf. And when you finally catch up with the werewolf, you talk to her, and you find out that this is actually Gaiscioch, and somebody stole her coffee. And she's like this ravaging beast that's ripping arms off things because somebody stole her coffee. So you got to go rescue her coffee and then bring it back to her, and then she transforms back into normal Gaiscioch, which was a lot of fun, and she really loved it. It was rather entertaining. So that was kind of one of my little tributes to her that I made, you know, probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So it was a lot of fun. So does anybody want to say anything? Alrighty, well then we will move on. Haggle did say that he wants to say something. Go ahead, Haggle.
I'm just gonna say a couple of words because I didn't write anything. I didn't know Steve, unfortunately, or maybe if I did, I didn't run much with him. But I'm really sad to hear about him too. But Gaiscioch, I remember her a lot from the Rift days, as I do everyone that helped us. I was also starting with Gaiscioch, and I don't know, I was really moved. I never thought Gaiscioch would have moved me that way. When I heard it, I couldn't even write. So she was really great, the way she led things. I'm gonna really miss her.
Thank you, Haggle. I completely agree with you. It was, you know, when I got the news, it was definitely one of the hardest days of my life.
And I never knew her either, and I read so many comments in that post that all of you just, I mean, it's sad when we lose any of our family, very sad. The last two I didn't know at all, but you guys knew them for a long time, some of you.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when you create a guild, you're thinking, oh, I'm just gonna get some people together. We're gonna go run some dungeons, do some PvP, go find some loot, make some memories. But you never really think about the human connection that you build over time. And when you spend years with different people and you get to know them, you get to know their cats, their dogs. You've got people that you know what they eat for breakfast, what they eat for lunch, what their favorite beverage is. I mean, you're like literally tied to these people, and then when they go, it's not something you ever really expect that when you're playing video games you're ever going to have to deal with. So it's just it's a really
It
hard
is
situation
very,
to deal
yeah,
with.
and you know what? That's why I'm still with Gaiscioch, and that's why I joined, I don't know, a year and 3 months ago and never left, is because we're family. I have to say that. It's so nice to see Finn back, being able to play again. I just can't imagine losing any of you.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard reality that we kind of have to accept, but it never gets any easier to deal with. Um, so thank you guys for all the kind words that you posted up on the forums. We got walls and walls and walls of nice words about these two people, and I'm really thankful that we were able to share the time that we did with them. So I do plan, which brings me to my next slide, to build a kind of a memorial inside of our guild hall in Heart of Thorns. I want to create a space within our guild hall for all of our fallen heroes. So
Did they answer that, Fog? I saw 2 of your posts, and there's a lot interested in that.
yeah,
Other guilds.
they are definitely interested in it. I actually got an email back from them, and they did say that this was definitely something that they want to do, but they don't know if it's going to come in phase 1. We will have the ability to set up various things in our house, and it would just kind of have to wing it. But they are thinking that eventually they might put in something where you can actually name statues and stuff like that, to kind of be able to do that long-term memorial. And then the other thing that I was going to do is on the Gaiscioch.com, I was going to build a Hall of Remembrance, and a few of our members have sent me like little poems and things like that they would like to use on it, and it would basically be a place where we can go and see all the comments that Roger or Jexio or Zerdot got over their years, and see the different profiles of the people that have left our family a little untimely. And I think it would be a good way for us to remember and, really kind of look at things and realize that every day that we have with each other is a gift, and we need to be thankful for that gift because, we don't know when it's going to happen. So, I mean, all 3 of the people that have left us has left us in their 60s. That's just weird. For me, it used to be 80s when you'd have to worry about checking out for life, and now it's just getting younger and younger. And I mean, that guy from Nintendo. I mean, it's terrifying, and I just want to make sure that we have a place and a way that we can honor all of those who paved the way before us, and just kind of remember those people. So on
I
to
think
some.
it,
Go ahead, Leslie.
sorry, I was just going to say it's what keeps it together, and it's what keeps people inspired, and I just think it's wonderful. I
Yeah,
hope they
indeed.
do it.
So I also mentioned, before I go too far on to the next slide, I also mentioned that to the Sanctum Raw community that I would be opening up the Sork doors for everybody and anyone that wants to use it to do guild missions and all of that. But I'm also going to open it up for anyone and everybody that has lost a friend or a family member that they've played games with, to basically join us in creating a memorial within the Sork house as well. So.
Oh,
I pretty much want to have it a living testament to the people that make community happen, and so that's what we're going to do with that guild house. So when the guild houses come, I'll be leaning on you guys a lot to help me get the materials, whatever it is that we need to gather to be able to create this thing. It'd be a really good thing, and then finding the right place to basically call our little Hall of Honors of sorts will be the other thing. So on to some cheerier news. Save the date for our 5th annual Gaiscioch Family Celebrations, taking place on Sunday, August 30th, 2015 at 8 p.m. at Badeau's Irish Pub in Seattle, Washington. That is the week of PAX, and a lot of our members of our family are going. We're all going to be at PAX. We're all going to be chilling with our friends, our families, and game developers. I should have some party information for the Friday and the Saturday before our party. Usually Guild Wars 2 does something. I usually can get people into that. If Trion's going to be there and they're doing something, I'm most likely to get you guys into that. If ZeniMax is there, I definitely know some people to get you into that one as well. So if there's any kind of party information going on, I will relay it on to you guys. I'll let you guys know how to get involved. Definitely stay tuned on our website, gaiscioch.info, for more information. I will be posting up stuff on our PAX Prime post as I find it. This will be a good opportunity to meet myself, Fog, Donald Liam, who you guys know as kind of my right-hand guy and kind of the homeland defense in Guild Wars 2. Yulishka, my wife. Soren is actually coming from Canada. She's like flying down from Canada so that she can come see us.
No, I'm driving.
Okay, she's driving. Correction, she is driving that drive in the middle of August. Yeah, that's
yeah.
At least you're coming from the north going south and not from the south going north. I couldn't imagine driving on like in late August in like Arizona. I think I'd die.
Do you have a good air conditioner in your car? Because you're gonna need
Heck
it.
yeah.
So
That's good. We've done it. I've driven to San Diego, so this should be much shorter.
we also got Fallen Angel to come out. He's already booked his flight and hotel and everything. He's bringing a friend with him. That's going to be really fun. And then Morigana is making an appearance for the first time ever, so I'm really stoked about finally meeting Morigana. And then Nona, she's like the staple. We can't have a Gaiscioch party without Nona. So she's going to be there this year. So, and then I also got confirmation that several game developers are going to be there. Longtime friends of ours that we've met along the way that, you know, every year they try to make it out to our party. So you guys will probably see some faces that you might know. I'm still working on a few of the remaining Guild Wars 2 folk. But if they're not running a party Sunday, they will likely be able to be there. So that should be good, hopefully. So on to the live stream update. Streams of Epic Adventure is our weekly Monday live stream come August. Right, that's next month. Yeah, August. We are changing the time slot to 6 p.m. so that people can actually watch it instead of having to watch it after the fact. We're noticing that the majority of the people that watch it after it's already been recorded and uploaded. So we decided, you know what, let's bump it up a few hours, move it up to the 6 o'clock slot, and see if the viewership goes up. We've been getting some fairly good numbers. I mean, not terribly good. They're not like, you know, any of the main streamers style numbers.
We need more.
We always need more, but you know, it's good fun and it's entertaining, and people are watching the heck out of it after the fact. And hell, even developers are tweeting about us now. So this is good, you know. So our upcoming lineup is we're doing the Skyforge, and then Warframe, Guns of Icarus, and then Star Wars as our next 4. So if you're interested in guest starring in any of those. Okay, if you're looking at guest starring in any of those, please feel free to let me know, and I will be happy to fill you in on the information and see what we can do to get you to guest star on those. We love having random people.
We've got an open mic with Geralt. Please take care of your open mic.
I already muted him on my end.
Thank goodness.
It's alright though, it happens.
Yes, it does.
Mic buttons get stuck all the time.
Indeed they do.
Indeed.
Just ask Blockhead during that one dungeon where he was so kind to start snoring for us. Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes, that was terrible. So, past episodes, if you guys are interested, we've done our episode 1 in Elder Scrolls Online, number 2 in Guild Wars 2, number 3, Neverwinter, number 4, Rift, Arcage, Vindicus, Echo of Soul, Path of Exile, Aeon Terra, Firefall, Unreal Gold, which was a lot of fun. And in fact, that game held up really well to the test of time. I cannot believe how well.
Surprisingly well. Surprisingly well, especially if you pick it up through Steam. You can get it up to full HD, and the graphics really hold up.
Yeah, I was blown away by how good that game looks these days. And then Warface, which was a ton of fun. That was kind of our surprise out of the closet. Holy cow, this is a really fun game. And then Royal Quest, which was meant to be the episode that my daughter was able to join us, but unfortunately she got stolen away by Grandma. I forgive her though. So
might be able to watch finally.
it was rather funny. You know, you had Smitty, Soren, myself, and Angel running around a kids game playing, and we had like 19 viewers. I don't know what it is. I mean, people like watching kids games. It's just it's crazy.
We had people joining us as we were running along, wanting to be in our guild. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we had a whole posse of people following us around by the end of the night. It was pretty cool. So, and I have to say that game has the best guild system I've ever laid eyes on. For a kids game, I'm floored by how good that guild system is.
What one is that again, Fog?
It's called Royal Quest. It's a free to play. You can get it on Steam.
Okay. All right.
I agree. The guild system looked like it was pretty good. The game itself, you'll find, is very linear.
Simplistic.
It's made for kids.
Yeah, it's a kids game. I mean, you can't knock it. I mean, it's got some good PvP in it. I had a lot of fun PvP in. With the mage I was playing, I like stuck every single ounce of point into intelligence just to see how powerful I could get. And this guy in the dungeon comes up to me, starts whacking on me. I cast one spell and the dude's dead. I'm like, yeah, this is good.
Total glass cannon.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't regret choosing that game at all. We got quite a few viewers on it. The actual company that made it reposted our feed onto their Twitter and their Facebook and everywhere else, and we got a ton of watches on that. So it was a good call in the end. And then, if anybody has gamer ADHD, as I like to call it, and can't sit still in a single game to save your life, I've got just the thing for you guys. We are actually looking for more players to help us with the whole traveling around to a whole different game every week, to help build the guilds inside so that we can show off the guild system, show off what tools they have, try to get to the kind of mid-range so that we're not, brand new and know nothing. We actually know something about the game. And then what we're doing is basically rotating these around. So if you really like playing a different game every week, and not having really ties to any of them, I definitely would love to hear from you, because we can use a few more hands to help get these set up and keep on rotating through these. And eventually we're going to come back and show them again and show different things on the dead weeks once we're through all the major ones. But yeah, if you want to be a behind-the-scenes person, or if you want to actually guest star on the show, please let us know, because we'd love to have you guys guest star on the show anytime. It's a lot of fun, and some of these games are really wacky. Some of them are just downright terrible, but it's fun nonetheless. It's an entertaining show.
The other thing that should really get mentioned with that, Fog had mentioned that he wanted to try to do a live stream of one of the play events, so I will be setting up the next one in ESO and trying to schedule a time where it would match up with one of the live streams if people are interested in playing at that time.
Yeah, that would be really good. I definitely want to live stream one of those plays, or at least record it and then post it up. I think that could be a real enjoyable kind of show.
I got a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm in South America. Can I help you guys test or do these videos for the free-to-play games?
Yeah, I don't think there's any restrictions on a lot of these. I mean, some of them you might find region locking or something of that nature, but for the most part, most of these are open. Whole world's in them.
Just make sure you select the North American servers in the most part, and you should be fine.
Yeah, we have a thread on the forums that actually kind of outlines where we're going and what we're doing, and then on the Streams of Epic Adventure page that you can go to gsch.info/SOEA. That'll take you to the streams page, and that will show you our upcoming agenda. Now, our agenda does change rather frequently, so what's there on one day might be different later on. It all depends on availability and what guest stars we're getting. I'm working on a few pretty famous guest stars. And whenever they're available, we're going to move certain games to those times, just so that we can get them. And then also we have game developers approaching us to basically show off their games. And when they make it available to us, we're going to make it available to you. So that's the other thing that kind of changes things around. Eventually, Malcolm, we will be taking another lap around Path of Exile. It'll probably be way down the road. We have a lot of games to cover before we start looping back into the old ones that we did. But yeah, it's on our list of kind of repeat offenders. What we have is kind of a main list, and then we have a repeat offender list of games that we want to go back and show again later, like the later level content. The various things that you can do, and then patches. Whenever there's a big patch, we usually try to schedule some time to go back and check it out. Sure. If you guys want to suggest games, you can simply write streamteam@gaiscioch.com and post those in. We'd be happy to hear from you, or just post them up on our forums. And with the whole GSCH guild, if you want to play those games and just have some Gaiscioch to hang out with when you're playing them, we will welcome you in there as long as you keep to the Gaiscioch code of conduct and honor our credos. We don't want people being jerks out there. So if you misbehave in a game where we're doing a live stream, you will be held to the same accountability that you would if you were playing one of our main branches. So if you go blades in on somebody, you're going to get removed. So that's just forewarning. This is not like a guild that we're branching out. It's more of a show container that we allow people to kind of hang out with other people that are trying to help build up that guild. So, and then our other stream, Siege War. That's traditionally our Wednesday night, but coming next month, it's going to move to our Tuesday night. So we're going to have Tuesday 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific is going to be the Siege War on Sanctum of Raw, and then every other Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. is going to be our ESO AVA live stream. So we're going to have Siege War going on in AVA come August. So anyone that's willing to join me for some AVA out there, I would be happy to have you. If you know more than I do, I'd be happy to let you lead, and I can just chase you with a camera. Just go by me. But we're going to be running some AVA on Thursday nights at 6 to 8 p.m. as a family, and you're welcome to join us. And then there's
some of them can show you something over there.
Yeah, like what happened to my assassin, because he used to be, formidable, and now he's like throwing Twinkies at people. I don't even get it. I can't seem to hurt anything anymore. So, yeah. But, and then you got Fog Side Quest, which is just me randomly playing games. Usually that's where I scout out games, so you'll see me play games that aren't even on the Streams of Epic Adventure yet, or they're just games I'm looking at to potentially be on the Streams of Epic Adventure, or they're just me playing my PlayStation 4. I put those up there to help build our viewership and our numbers, and try to play some of the games that people want to watch. So yeah, that's kind of the other one. Moving along, I wanted to share with you guys our fan growth. I'm going to try to do this every month so you guys know where we're at, what you can do to help. This month, we grew 12 subscribers on Twitch, 7 subscribers on YouTube, and 4 followers on Twitter. You can please get your friends and family and everyone, you get your dog on there and have them subscribe to our page. It would help us a lot. Everyone that subscribes gets a little email notification when we go live, which is how we build our numbers. So that always helps. If you want, take gsch.info/Twitch or YouTube or Twitter and post those up on your Facebooks, your Reddits, whatever you want, and get people over to our stream to watch and subscribe. Viewership-wise, we had 19,923 views on Twitch so far, which is 950 more than last month. 87,116 views on YouTube, which is 889 more than it was last month. So we're getting quite a bit of watch time for not having a whole lot of people watching when we're live. So that's kind of our deciding factor with moving this thing earlier, is we feel that it would give those people that can't make it at 8 o'clock p.m., which is like midnight East Coast time on a Monday nonetheless. This will give them a chance to actually be able to watch it live and interact. So next up is the magazine. Who's excited about the magazine?
Yes.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
So this issue, we took on a very tough topic of person versus self. Basically conquering the ultimate raid boss, and that's the guy in the mirror. Nobody puts ourselves down as much as we do. Nobody treats ourselves more poorly than ourselves. And we figured it'd be kind of cool to center an issue about overcoming yourself. So we thought that'd be a nice little spin. We got Sarah Kane, who's a cosplayer, does a lot of Guild Wars 2 cosplay. She's also well known for her Dragon Age cosplays. She actually did a nice interview for us. We got Mark Jacobs from Camelot Unchained talking a little bit more about Camelot Unchained with us. We got the team from Land of Britain to interview with us, and we got a full-fledged, very long interview from Land of Britain, so a lot of information that wasn't previously released in that. We got the team over at GOG.com and CD Projekt Red to hook up an interview. So we actually, it's kind of a two-part interview. The first part was the GOG guys doing the interview, and then the second part is the founder of CD Projekt Red, and he is actually going to be sending that over probably this week or next week, and that's really interesting. So I'm super stoked about that. Witcher series was like one of my favorite forever, and GOG is like where I spend most of my paycheck. So, you know, how can you not like that combo? And then Stacy Brooke is a friend of ours that has a very unique spin on life coaching. So she was actually the person that Don was able to talk to and got him motivated to go lose pretty much 100 pounds over the past year. So yeah, overnight he became a whole different person pretty much. So we thought it'd be really cool if anyone knows the personal battle of oneself, it would be her. So she shared a kind of some insight with us on what she does and how she does it. So and if we're lucky, the Cherokee Shaman will be sending in his interview shortly. He's been doing a lot of traveling and hasn't had the time to fill it all out. He's got about half done. So this issue is going to be really jam-packed with stuff. We've got a ton of articles in it. I think we're up to like close to 30 articles, including I think 2 short stories or 3 short stories. This issue is getting pushed back a little bit, so it's not going to come out the last week of this month. It's going to come out, I believe, the 10th. Yes, we're aiming for the 10th of August for the ship date. So if you are interested, you can definitely subscribe at gseh.info/mag and get an email notification when it finally is available. We also have a nice full written up kind of in memory of Gaiscioch. As soon as I found out, I wrote this really long kind of page and a half, 2 pages of information about Gaiscioch, and I wanted to share that all with you. So that'll be in there as well. So definitely keep posted for that. I wanted to give you guys a little population update. In June, the family growth, as you see, a lot of negative numbers. That's normal. 836 active members in Gaiscioch as a whole. That is over 7 days, so those are people that have logged some kind of activity in the last 7 days. 482 were Guild Wars 2. 298 were ESO. There was about a 2% decline in ESO, a 5% decline in GW2, and a 3% overall. Now, if you think that's bad, let's compare it to last year. Last year, as a whole, in this very same month, we saw an 18% reduction. Guild Wars 2, 13% reduction, and ESO, a 25% reduction. So our typical trend, we've actually seen this trend for 5 years consecutively now, where pretty much as soon as May hits, we start on a decline, and when that decline lasts all the way through September. So why is this a decline for us and not for other guilds? All I can say is that demographically we have a lot more grown adults with children than any other gaming community I've ever met. Maybe the Old Timers Guild would be on comparison with us, and I would be interested to see what happens with their community at this time. But much of the adult life when you have children is during the summer is kids. You don't have free time anymore. You're going to go out there, take your kids on summer adventures, going to go traveling, you're going to see the world, whatever you want to do. But you usually don't sit in your basement playing video games when your kids are around. So that's kind of my assumption, and that's the only way that it makes any sense. But usually we see a spike in September, lasts through pretty pretty much into December. December to January is usually a drop because of the holidays, and then come January, it's a boom all the way through May. So that's pretty much what you can expect. Is we're going to probably have another decline come August. It'll probably be a little less severe as it was this month, so we might actually see a little increase based on how this year we're not losing as many as we have in the past. And then come September, we should see the trend turn upwards as kids return to school and parents are able to play again. So next up, I wanted to open up the floor for Guild Wars 2 discussion. First and foremost, I wanted to kind of talk about our event calendar. As many of you guys know, I'm still running the Wednesday night Siege War and the missions and Tequatl are at pretty much 4:30. We start setting up. 5 o'clock we roll out hard. And then we take on Tequatl. Once Tequatl's dead, we move on to the guild missions. Once the guild missions are complete, we move out to World v. World. So 6 o'clock is when we kick off the Siege War live stream. Everyone's welcome to join us for that. If you can't join us because you're on another server or you're not even playing Guild Wars 2, you can always tune in gsch.info/Twitch. And then on Saturday, I do the same thing, 11 o'clock p.m. Saturday through 2 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. That's our Oceanic Siege War, essentially. We run that for all the Oceanic folk out there. So are there any other commanders that want to share their events? Please go ahead and speak up.
I'll just say...
Go ahead.
Just say really quickly that I have another Silver Wastes tonight in about an hour and 15 minutes from now. So come on out and have some fun, killing Vine Wraths, getting a whole bunch of loot.
Question.
I do not normally run stuff in Guild Wars 2, but I am doing the theater events. I do need people who are interested in playing in those in Guild Wars 2 as well. I'm kind of doing an alternate month, 1 month ESO, 1 month Guild Wars 2. I need people in both of them. If you are interested at all, it's very simple to perform. It's just use of emotes and the speech prompts. So all you got to be able to do is type and kind of move your character around. Yes, so there is an add-on to help out with that. So you can pre-type all of your lines and just input them as you go. Makes it really, really easy. For Guild Wars 2, I don't know of anything like that. I just haven't seen anything that would really help out with it, so...
I don't know, hon. I saw yours, and I see the next one, but it's right when Fog's going to do his. That's a very bad time to have it.
The one was scheduled for right now, before this changed, so I kind of moved it over and said, nope, we can't conflict with that.
Oh, okay.
So that event got changed because of that.
Well, I wouldn't have a clue, but if it was when I could do it, I would certainly come. I can email.
Yeah,
I'm interested. It's some kind of different thing I see that you're doing.
And that's great. If you'll actually, next time you see it, just let me know somehow what times are good for you. I'm more than happy to work with people on times for those.
Well, when you had it last week, did it work out for GW, what you wanted to do as a player? I
actually had one player who had internet issues out of the 2 people I had who had signed up. And it's like, we really don't have enough people to do anything with, so we didn't end up doing it.
Okay, well, I'll definitely try to come if it's not interfering with any other event, for sure.
Yeah, I try to avoid events when I post them. Like I said, this one, since the Family Summit was moved, it was kind of that's going to be a no-go.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries, Fog. No worries.
So somebody had a question before we go too far. Do we still have a question?
Aren't you excited about this week and the golems, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be fun. I'm actually hoping to boot up my other machine and get our jukebox back, and I totally know that they're gonna silence my stream, but I'm gonna play Pacific Rim soundtrack all night long.
We didn't have that many yesterday, but Fog, I think between the ones that were running with me, we had 5 on DB and 5 on caning, and that was 11 keeps. We did really good. I don't know how it's going to get, because it was insane when Terror run. My goodness, Terror, you had golems on both way more than what I will have tomorrow night. But it's so much fun.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be a lot of fun, especially moving an entire Zerg around in golem form. That'll definitely be entertaining.
Yeah.
You have to get used to catching up with them, because
Yes.
they're going to run faster than you.
And don't take an Asura if you out there. They will get lost.
Your tag is awfully handy to figure out where you are in the middle of the golems.
It's a ton of fun.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Any other events want to be on the calendar? Promo your event now.
Sunday story mode.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
Sunday story mode's taking a break this week because I just finished a run, and we'll start again next week with Cauticus Manor. Basically, Sunday story mode, if we have time, we also do an explore mode afterwards. It's geared towards beginners and people who have had bad experiences in dungeons. Everything's explained. One of the reasons to do a story mode dungeon is to open up the PvP track for that dungeon, so you can get the tokens. And also, Rawls Rangers is a group that meets on Tuesdays. It's on the calendar, and we try to be all Rangers. There are a few people that like to come in and help us out. We've got a pocket thief and a couple of elementalists that like to show up and run with us, and we let them. They're our pets. And we've been doing World versus World. Sometimes there's a guest leader, sometimes I lead, and you're all welcome to come along. Just have patience. Thank you, Fog.
Thank you, Olgo.
This is all on Sanctum of Raw?
Yes, they're all on Sanctum of Raw.
Yes.
That's 1,800 credits to get in there.
It's 1,800 gems if you have to change servers. But unfortunately, our guild is...
Well, that's just the World versus World. You can
this
still
is-
do
and
the dungeons.
You can do the dungeons, but our World versus World server is on SOR, and that was Fog's creation and the guild. I never got to meet Roger, but that's our server for World versus World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a sentimental thing, and we won't leave it until they take it away from us. And at that point, we'll most likely leave the game altogether.
One thing I'd like to bring up, this is Smitty here. Since Fog is going to be moving Wednesday night events to Tuesday evenings, that means I'm going to be taking my Tuesday night event, Smitty Sabers, and putting it to Wednesday nights. So if you run with me on a regular basis, my event will be at the same time, which is 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time to midnight Eastern Time.
Eastern. Go ahead, Smitty. I lost my times. Go ahead. That's fine.
So I'll be moving my event from Tuesday nights to Wednesday nights come August when Fog switches over to Tuesdays.
And Tuesday night for Stars Havoc, on that note, will be right after Smitty's.
One other note I would like to share is that the off weeks when I'm not running the ESO Siege War, I'm going to be running some brand new player events inside of Guild Wars 2. I am putting together full level 20 gear bags of all varieties. I'm trying to build up those resources and get things going with that so that I can make those bags en masse. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching new players pretty much from square one on the first day. Like the first one's going to basically be 101. You know, this is how you play Guild Wars, this is how you travel, this is, you know, the things that are important. These are the key areas of this map, you know, Queensdale that you want to get acquainted with. I'm going to do a little bit of promotion to try to get people to come to it. It's going to be pretty much a tutorial on, you know, what you should experience, show them the jumping puzzle, show them a world boss, all those type of things, and then give them something for attending. And then the second one is actually going to be a higher level event, which is going to focus on mini dungeons. The Probably the guild missions will likely be on that night, just so that I can show people like a slower paced guild mission, kind of walk them through little by little on how to do those, and then also something like Tequaddle. So we're going to be doing a advanced class, and then I may even schedule another one for World v World eventually, depending on how many SOR folk I get.
Okay, now there's my question. My question on that is, you know how you needed the leather and the jute and everything? And we're working on our contribution points. Is it more important to you to get an ascended inscription or insignia still at this point for the SOR stuff? Or would you rather have the leather and the jute and the bronze?
Are the tier 1 materials used in those? Because I don't think tier 1 materials are used with ascended mats.
Big iron.
Tier 1 and tier 2
No,
and
they're really expensive, the ascended fog. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, don't buy it. You know, the ascended mats, we're getting them, and you know they're very helpful when we get them. We haven't had an actual winner yet, but that's okay because I'm also planning on using those for the Great Tyranny Adventure Season 4. Which
well then I'll
we're
just
gonna be
make
planning.
that. Okay, I'll make that then. So we are going to have a Tyrian adventure. We just don't know what yet. Okay.
Right. I mean, actually, there's a post on our forums starting the discussion about it. Definitely chime in there if you're interested in helping plan this thing. We've done the zone clears. We've done the guild missions, which were widely successful. But with Heart of Thorns coming out, the way that missions are run is going to drastically change, and people won't need them as much as they have been. They'll be able to have those accessible to them at all times. So we won't necessarily have to be confined to guild missions. The trick is going to be finding something that would draw 100 people and give them an entertaining event to
Yeah,
attend.
I saw that. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, a lot of the, some of the precursors that we have saved up, some of the ascended items sets that I've saved up, I plan on giving away during that.
Okay.
And then I don't know if anyone's crazy enough to try to help me put together another couple legendaries, but that probably wouldn't be a bad move either. Other than that,
good to know.
The other big news is Heart of Thorns is going to change everything we know about guild systems. It's going to allow us to communicate across all 5 guilds without having to switch guilds. That's going to change probably a lot of people's representation policies because you won't actually have to represent anyone to actually communicate with us, which is going to be nice. So Sork is going to turn into a giant chat room, essentially. So anytime that you guys are running an event, you can promote it in Sork and let people know. Preferably for non-Sanctum of Raw required events, so like World v World, I would keep to other channels because that has a lot of people that aren't on Sanctum of Raw in it. So while it started out only an SOR thing, once Mega Servers came in, that kind of got thrown out the window. So it's kind of a global Guild Wars 2 community thing at this point. But yeah,
okay. So
check out the CNR notes.
I have to ask. Okay. You know how I play with feathers all the time and owl and everything else. So what we're concerned about with, and we know you're going to make it open to Sark, is that a lot of smaller guilds that they might have 100, but they've only got like say 8 repping on a given basis. Just like we've got 500, but we might have 30 repping at that time. How is it possible to be active without us as GSCH Sark to help complete some of those missions, the guild missions? This is my thing. Like, sure, maybe like 5 or 6 of us, because it's downscale, could possibly get the one and maybe the puzzle.
Hold on. I can answer your question right here with the information that you provided me. Every single guild mission for the entire week is going to be the same. So like every single guild in the game will have to kill Trillia Midwell. Every single guild in the game will have to do one certain jumping puzzle. Every single guild in the games do the same exact challenge. So with that kind of system and everybody being able to trigger off those events, anytime that you want to run a challenge, you just call it out in map chat, and everyone else that's in a guild that wants to run that challenge can also do it and get credit for it. So it doesn't even have to be the same guild. It could be, 20 people from every guild in the world playing together and all getting credit for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all the missions are synced up so that every single guild is doing the same mission every single time. So
all right.
So it won't be required to represent Sork because your own guild can get
A
credit
lot
for
of
it too.
guilds on SOR are worried we won't have Sark anymore, so.
No, Sork will still be there. I will likely run one event, missions event, kind of an organized thing, but I don't think that it's going to be required. I don't think people are going to need it. I mean, you're going to be able to easily get your credit on any other night, any other time of the day. There's no reason to do it. And at that point, I want to change those missions and use Sork as a kind of an organization channel to be able to do things like Tuquaddle and maybe even take on the Jungle Worm or the Great Worm, the Triple Trouble. So, or whatever Heart of Thrones throws at us. God knows what's going to be there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Triple Trouble, I'll take Soren all the time.
So will I. But yeah, it's kind of up in the air. I mean, until we actually get hands-on Heart of Thorns, we're not going to be able to predict what's going to be going on. So it's really going to come down to what is in this game that we can entertain people of this quantity with. If it's something like Silver Waste, except there, great. So it'll still be used. It'll still be a communication channel, and we'll still have guild missions. It's just we'll be open for anybody and everybody to run guild missions any time of the day.
All right.
So does anyone else have any questions about any of that? We do have 2 guild quests, the Bandit Raid and the Siege and Short Supply, both still on the homepage. Every month you're going to see the Bandit Raid change to a new one. There's going to be one for each type of materials, and that just helps me keep the bag moving through the newbies' hands. So that's how I'm basically funding the bag giveaway.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, just keep an eye on the resource of the month and send over whatever you got. All right, so we're almost at the end, guys. We got ESO to go through. So first off, do we have any ESO event leaders that would like to promote their events?
This is Verve. I was just going to say that wife's changing her schedule, so I'll be changing my schedule, which means more evening time, more West Coast time, in fact. So most of the stuff that I've been doing, morning time, Undaunted, Gold Key kind of runs, will be happening probably 9 or 12 hours later.
All right, sounds good.
We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try some craziness. We are going to try to do the 12-man dungeon. I got it posted on the website. We're going to start with Hell Ra. We're going to see if we can get it started as a guild event and see if we can get some of the high-end content going. So anybody out there listening wants to run, there's a post on the website under Crazy Prissy. Go ahead and sign up. Our first event, our first attempt is going to be tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to see how it goes.
Awesome, thank you, Prissy. And I can't believe I'm seeing you raid. You're making me want to go and finally level up my tune high enough to be able to go with you. Be entertaining.
What level do you have to, what level do you have to be at? Better than 10?
For Hell Ra, according to all the information I have read, is Vet 10. I was going to start off with the other one, and the more I read, the more it recommended you did Hell Ra first. And the Aether Run was 12, so we're going to start out Vet 10.
So again, guys, if I get it, how long does it take us as newbies to get up to that level to do these dungeons?
Leslie, with as much as you play, you'll probably be there in probably a month, maybe a month and a half at most.
Oh, okay.
With as much as I've played, I'm level 35.
Still 35?
Yeah, well, now I'm really in a world of hurt because, like, Contra Bear, I can't even level up. I can't kill anything. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I'm not doing any damage to anything.
I think it's the champion points, Fog.
I don't know, but, you know, I'm level 35, and, like, I will... I see somebody lower level than me, I'm like, oh, I got this guy dead to rights. So I'm like, open up on him, and I'm like, unloading everything I got on him, and he's, like, not even moved his health bar. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Am I throwing Nerf darts at him? So yeah, I really need somebody with some kind of archery know-how to please pull me aside and teach me how to play because I'm a total noob again.
You need archery help in there?
Yeah, I need some serious archery help. My Nightblade sucks terribly.
We can do that.
We can do that, yep.
I've been trying to, you know, I've been...
we have the technology.
I've been logging in like really late at night and trying to figure this out again, and it's just like, what is going on with this guy? I mean, my Templar seems to be doing all right, but my Nightblade is terribly bad.
They gave the Templar some love.
And it's AVA, right?
Yeah, it's all in AVA.
I would talk to Camp because he's a Nightblade, and
Okay.
he's largely AVA.
Yeah, it's been frightening how bad I am. So I went from being really good to being terrible.
Oh, and Salty too. She's AVA. Nightblade.
So the other big news out of Elder Scrolls Camp is the Imperial City. So yay, finally! So when that releases, I do plan on running groups in there on those alternating Thursdays. I really want to kind of eat that city alive and have some fun in there. So anyone willing to go into the city and be in a dark place with me and some scary fat people
At level 35.
at level 35, then please feel free to follow. But yeah, I don't know if you guys seen the big ugly that's in there, but he's like mammothly fat, like super bloated. But he looks like a ton of fun to kill, so I really want to go kill him.
Is the Imperial City free or is it a DLC?
It's a DLC. It's 2,500 crowns or whatever they are, I believe. Which, if you were a paid subscriber, I believe you got that much credit right out the gate. So I have more than enough to buy it. So.
And if you're still a subscriber, it's included.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's
So you
somewhere around
should be
$20
rocking,
worth.
Kitty. Because you played it enough. You play ESO a lot. I've seen you talk about it lots.
Yes, but I never renewed the subscription.
Yeah, it's good though. I mean, it shouldn't be that bad price wise. I'm thinking you probably already have enough crowns to get it. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Okay.
And then
Fog. Additionally, already when they open up the big city in the middle, they're also drastically changing the way that you gain experience in Cyrodiil and in other veteran content. So it should be much better to level up in AVA.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. It's taken me over a year to get this far, and I kind of want to eventually see the VR content. But I'm trying to do the entire thing in PvP alone, so that takes a lot of time.
Don't you play with Verve?
Not as much as I'd like to. This summer I've been tied up with my daughter, so I haven't really had time to play much other than the stream games and then Guild Wars 2. I haven't even been able to do any of those as much as I wish I could. So I'm really looking forward to the fall coming around and having a little more free time. So last tidbit for ESO, I've heard a lot of people talking about how people in ESO can't earn contribution. There's no way for them to progress in ranks because of contribution this, contribution that. There's this thing called the Marketplace, and before you guys say that there's no orders on there, I want to bring some attention to you that there are several orders on there today that I believe Verve put on there. Things like the rawhide scraps. You can get those in the very first dungeon, 50 of them. If you look at rawhide scraps, you'll notice that it takes an average of 43 days to fill those work orders. That's 43 days that those work orders are sitting there. it's the points are there. You just have to look on the marketplace and be willing to go farm some resources for your fellow man. It's not impossible. They're there. There's orders on there all the time, and it's not too terribly hard to go get. I heard somebody trying to talk.
I did too.
I was going to say, speaking of which, on the marketplace, I'm actually going to post an order for a few things I could use for crafting materials for the plays. So if people want to fill in some low-level materials for armors and stuff, I will be posting a fairly big order for that. So it'll get split up into chunks, and you'll be able to fill in a fair number of those.
Indeed. So yeah, that's if you go to the homepage and you log in, scroll down the page, just underneath where the calendar is, you'll see the marketplace line, and that line is all the stuff that will get you contribution points. So that's the easiest way to do it. It's up there 24/7. If you need something like, hey, I'm crafting and I need some rough U, you can list a work order using the points that you've earned just by participating in events, and then other people can claim it and earn a contribution for filling it. So it's very underutilized in ESO, and I feel that if people actually used it, you guys would not be complaining about contribution points, and you wouldn't be complaining about how hard it is to get crafting materials, because people would be coming out of the woodwork to help you. When you look at Tier 1 mats in ESO and you look at Tier 1 mats in GW2, the average turnaround in GW2 is 3 minutes compared to 48 days in ESO. It's really night and day, and I think it's just people not knowing that it's there. So definitely pay attention to the marketplace. That's a button up at the top. There's lots of stuff that you can claim and fill and help other family members create stuff for other people. So
yeah, it's in the
very
middle
useful.
of the page too. Like if you go down and you look for the orders, you'll see all the orders there too, and I always see lots for ESO.
Yeah, I mean, and then if there's any recipe that you don't see in there, you can add that directly through the marketplace as well. If it's a raw material that doesn't, there is nothing combines to make it, you'll have to bring it to me, and I can add it in manually. I have to price each one of those and try to guess where it would line up in the whole tier chart, but that's somewhat easy to do. Usually takes me an hour or two, but it's if we need it in there, I'll get it in there. So.
But something that I found playing ESO, not much Guild Wars 2, but in ESO, I found that we have problems using the marketplace. I mean, I know in Guild Wars 2 how to request an exotic with this and that stats and add a note for a sigil or a rune, but in Elder Scrolls Online, I have no idea how to request items.
Well, that's because you upgrade them yourself. Everybody can upgrade their own weapons by having those various stones. So you just request the stones, you request the base item that you want, and then you upgrade it yourself.
Yeah, you got that. You can make the base item. Let's say you can make it, let's say, white, and then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have the upgrade material yourself, and then you can upgrade it, or you can tell them where you want it to upgrade it to, and then they can upgrade it. So it's a couple more steps in it than in Guild Wars 2.
It took me like a week to figure that out.
Thank you.
So
it's...
I did too when I made my first one. I made it and I kept going, but I want it to be purple. I don't want it white. I want it purple. And so I said, well,
somebody sent me a white one. I threw it away. Tried again. I really didn't know how it worked.
And then you have to do your blue threads to make it blue, and then you have to use your green threads, whatever. And then when you get up, you have to use like the purple fabric or whatever it is, and you upgrade it that way.
Right.
What if I don't have the crafting levels to
You don't need.
do the
You can be level 0 and be able to do it. For the upgrades, you don't have to be a crafting level at all. You just put the materials in there, and you just go up to the device, you stick your staff in there, you stick the 5 crafting ingredients in there, and then you combine them, and then it's done.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't have to be any crafting level to be able to do that. It's just everybody and everybody can do it.
The same with the ingredients I am ordering here. Since I'm ordering just processed materials, they're currently worth a little more on the marketplace to be processed by you. All you have to do is go out and harvest, go over to the crafting station. You can refine them yourself at level 1 as soon as you get them. There's no requirements for the ones I'm ordering. So there's no reason why you can't do them.
Yep.
Alrighty, thank you. Time to get some orders started then.
Yeah. So just request the upgrade mats as well when you order it, and then you can just combine them all. Alright, so that brings us to our next slide, which is the Q&A. Does anyone have any questions about Gaiscioch in general, or anything that we're doing, any ideas that you wanted to present, any kind of discussion that you might want to bring to the open floor?
I have a suggestion I'd like to at least kick around and see what you think of.
Sure.
I'd like to have a beauty contest.
Oh, I'm in.
I lose.
Wait, character or
Character.
Real
Well,
life?
in real life I'd win, but...
Of course.
No, characters.
That one.
Best beard, definitely.
Win.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah, I saw the picture of your character the other day in the magazine, and I was like, how come we don't have a beauty contest?
I was just wondering what people thought about it. I mean, I would do the legwork and all the stupid stuff, and I don't know that there'd be any prizes or anything, but it would be kind of cool.
We can always pony up some ascended goods for those.
Like maybe on the Facebook page, people could post them to a thread or something. I don't know how it would work yet. I just was kicking it around.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I like
if
the
you want to
idea.
organize it, I'll be happy to support it and do whatever I can to make it big.
We would need judges.
Uh-oh.
Will the judges be able to be bribed?
No. And the judges would not be eligible to be in the contest.
Oh.
So Maggie would not... I would volunteer to be one of the judges, and Maggie would not be in the contest, so somebody would have a chance to win.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
well,
one
that's good.
thing. I can't possibly put a picture up on our website. I can put them up on Facebook, but I'm too ancient to figure out that website for pictures.
And the
Well,
judges would
I'll
not
figure
be
it out
eligible
and I'll
to be
run
in
it
the
by
contest. You, Fog, and anybody else that wants to join me in this endeavor. That's all.
Well, I would join you anywhere, though. I think most of us would.
We can at least say, hey, yeah, what's going on with it?
Alright, does anyone else have anything to bring up in this meeting?
I would like to say a few words.
Sure, go for it.
Ooh.
As some of you may know and have seen the forum post, I've been going through kind of a rough time lately, and I just want to say a really big thank you to all of you for the support you've given me, and just for being there. I'm so glad I found you guys in September or October last year, and I always have a great time with you, and no matter how down I feel, you lift my mood, even if it's just a tiny little bit, and you put a smile on my face, even if it's just for the shortest while, and it just means so much to me to have all you guys, and yeah, just a really big thank you to all of you.
Aw, Jay, you told us that last month. That's so wonderful. You're doing a lot
Jay.
better, too. You're all so happy running around in the golems this week and everything.
Jay, anytime you've run with me, you've been an inspiration to me, and I just like having you around.
Same. Big time, Jay. We all love you.
Killing Tequatl just ain't the same without you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the
Or
best
doing
accent.
a Quaggan rush.
The Quaggan. You're pretty special, Jay. We adore you.
Yeah,
Thank
Jay
you,
does
guys.
have the best accent. Definitely vote on that one.
And indeed. And as Leslie already said, we are family. So whatever you need, at least I will be there for you. And I'm sure that most of us will be there for you.
Indeed.
Yes.
All right, everyone, I will wrap it up here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in this week. As always, you can get social with us on Facebook, Google+, Gamebox, Twitch TV, YouTube, or Twitter, or just type in the gsch.info/ and then whatever site you want to go to. So Facebook, Google, Voice, Twitter, YouTube, or Twitch. That'll take you to our various channels to be social with us. We'd love to hear from you guys. You guys really make this a great community and a lot of fun to be around. And I'm definitely happy to say that we're going on our 14th year, and there's nothing better. I mean, it's just phenomenal to be around you guys.
Well, I certainly missed 12 and a half years, but the last year and a half have been awesome.
Here, here.
I look forward to the next 14. So, that's going to be it for this edition. Thank you all for tuning in. If you ever have any questions, feel free to write me. Get me at bfoley@gaiscioch.com. That's my email address. Goes to my phone. I'll see it. I'll reply. I'll say hi. It's good times. Thanks for tuning in.